All right, here we go. There we are. Okay. On this, how many sides were there? 7. 7 minus 2 times 180 is 5 times 180, which is 900. What did all these add up to? 762 is what they added up to. So 900 minus 762 is 138. So 138 is what X is. Number 2, which did you find first, Y or Z? Z. 180 minus 105 is 75. So if this is 75 and there's 360 degrees inside a quadrilateral, take 360 minus 75 minus 88 minus 98 and you get 99. The interior angle sum of an octagon. You take 8 minus 2 times 180, which is 6 times 180, which is 1,080. 1,080. All right, a nonagon. 9 minus 2 times 180 is 7 times 180, which is 1,260. So if we take this divided by the 9 angles, there is 140 degrees. The exterior angle sum of a nonagon is 360 because the exterior angle sum of any object is 360. If we divide it by 9, we get 40. What should these two answers always add up to? 180. 180. So n minus 2 times 180 equals 1080. So if I distribute 180n minus 360 equals 1080, add 360, 180n equals 1440 divided by 180. How many sides does it have? 8 sides. 8 sides. Okay, the numbered angles. How big is angle 1? 80 degrees. So that makes angle 2 how big? 100, which makes angle 3 100. So 80, 100, and 100. Because these are supplementary, these are congruent to each other, these are congruent to each other. The trapezoid problem. 2x is equal to 1/2 of x plus 7 plus 17. So then what do we do to both sides? Multiply by 2. So 4x equals x plus 7 plus 17, or x plus 24. So if we subtract x from each side, 3x equals 24. So x equals 8. What's 2 times 8? What's 8 plus 7? So 15, 16, 17 works. Okay, so 16 is EF. The kite, how big is angle 1? 90. How big is angle 2? What's left in there? 47. What's angle 3? 90. What's angle 4? 47. What's angle 5? 43. How big is angle D? 72, because these two are supplementary when they're parallel in a parallelogram. What do we know about this in a parallelogram? X plus 3 equals 2x minus 6. Subtract x from each side. 3 equals x minus 6, and add 6. How do we find a? Set them equal to each other. 7a minus 4 equals 4a plus 50. Subtract 4a. So 3a minus 4 equals 50. Add 4. 3a equals 54, and divide by 3. What do we know about these two diagonals? They're equal to each other. The parts of the diagonals are equal to each other. So if we subtract 6x, negative x equals negative 8, so x equals 8. What is this a parallelogram if we see this much? Yes or no? Yes, that's one of the properties of a parallelogram, that both pairs of opposite sides are congruent. So it is choice D. It's choice D. Okay, here's a rhombus. How big is angle 2, first of all? 90. How big is angle 3? 64. So if this is 64, this is 64. So what's left for angle 1? 26. So angle 4 is 26. What's the best name for that thing right there? Do we know it's a rectangle? Are the diagonals congruent to each other? We don't know the diagonals, do we? No. Do we know that those angles are right angles? No. It doesn't say that the angles are right angles. So the best name for that is just a parallelogram is all. All we can really say is that's a parallelogram. Now, if we would see one 90-degree angle, that would be enough to make them all 90-degree angles. So, but here we don't, so we're stuck there. Consecutive angles are supplementary. Are consecutive angles supplementary in a square?
Nope.
Yep, they are. How about in a parallelogram? Yep. So if it works for a parallelogram, it works for all of them. Okay? So, what to look out for is if you see diagonals are perpendicular, then it's a rhombus. If you see diagonals bisect opposite angles, it's a rhombus. And if it's a rhombus, it's also a square. It's also a square for these. If you see diagonals are congruent, then it's a rectangle. If it's a rectangle, it's also a square. Okay? That must be it, right? That's what you'll see on your test. Okay, there we go.